Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Castro and welcome to another video here on Jacob's Aquarium. So today we're going to be discussing how you can use RO water within a planted aquarium, and also I'll be doing a product review in this same video for an RO unit that I received from the company AquaFX out of Winter Park, Florida. So the RO unit that AquaFX provided me with is the Dolphin 100 gallon per day 3-stage reverse osmosis unit. It's a great unit. It's very easy to put together. It's pretty much straightforward, as with all RO units. You just plug in the little water lines, put in the RO membrane, and you're ready to go. But I'm not just going to leave it at that. I will explain how to assemble it because I know that was pretty quick as far as directions, So first, before we talk about the system and get into RO water and stuff like that, let's actually assemble the unit and start making some RO water.
First, release the tube connected to the membrane housing, and then turning counterclockwise, take the cap off. Behind the cap is an O-ring that will create a watertight seal between the housing and the cap. Make sure that stays in place. Notice the black brine seal and the two small O-rings on either side of the membrane. The side with the two O-rings should be placed in the housing first. With a little bit of force, push the membrane into the housing till you feel the two O-rings seat in place, and then screw the cap back on. Also, don't forget to reinsert the tube we took out earlier back into the Quick Connect fitting. Next, take your black tube and insert it into the Quick Connect fitting located on the right side of the unit. This tube will connect to your water source with the use of another Quick Connect fitting. And lastly, your blue tube, otherwise known as your product water line, connects to the fitting on the back left side of the unit. Make sure you run this line into an aquarium, bucket, or holding tank. It takes a long time to make RO water, and you probably can't check on it every 5 minutes, so make sure you fill up a large container. That way, if you forget, you don't flood your home. I also recommend investing in a water sensor alarm. This way, an alarm will sound when your RO tank has filled up completely, and you know when to turn the system off. Alright, now it's time to connect the unit to your water source. In my case, I don't have a water spigot nearby, so I had to use a small 3/4 inch adapter to use a unit with my bathroom sink. Before turning the system on, make sure your yellow line, otherwise known as your wastewater, is positioned somewhere it can drain properly. It's best to let the water drain into a sink or a bathtub. By the way, this wastewater cannot be drank, given to pets, or used to water a garden. It's just too toxic. Now we can turn on our water source and start making some RO water. Be sure to check every possible place a unit may leak from during this initial startup. Also, keep an eye on your pressure gauge. 40 psi is a good amount of pressure to allow the unit to work properly. Anything below that is not enough to push water through the system. Anything above 80 psi is just way too much. Now, for those of you that have never used an RO system, just know that you basically create more wastewater than product water. So the cost of your city water might be something to consider before investing in an RO unit. Since this is a 100 gallon per day unit, I can make a little over 4 gallons an hour. So you can kind of get a sense of how long it takes to make RO water. It's sort of a time-consuming process, but it does pay off.
So you guys might be asking yourself, why are you even talking about RO water on a Planet Aquarium YouTube channel? Because most people think of RO water when they see a marine tank, Most saltwater systems utilize RO water because of its purity. A lot of saltwater aquariums I know shy away from using tap water just because it's not the healthiest for a marine aquarium. So RO water is heavily utilized by the saltwater portion of the hobby. Most people don't think that you can use it with a planted tank because most people say it's not necessary. And they say it's not necessary because what happens during the RO filtering process of the water, all those minerals and heavy metals that plants really like are taken out, So using RO water just straight out of the RO system in a planted aquarium will be totally disastrous to any planted tank. You'll notice plant deterioration, holes in the leaves. Some plants will just purely melt away. And it's just because RO water does not contain any of those minerals that are naturally found in tap water that are beneficial to aquatic plants. So most people just skip the investment of an RO unit and everything like that and just go straight to tap water. But here's the thing. In tap water, there could be nitrates and phosphates, which really aid in algae growth. And I'm sure you guys know, as Planet Aquarius, we do not like algae. So the benefits of using RO water in a planted aquarium is that the RO water does not contain any of the nitrates and phosphates, and you can pretty much start out with clean, crisp, pure water for your tank and add in anything you want to customize the water for your aquarium. But before you customize the water for your planet tank, you have to add back in all the minerals that RO water is missing. And one product that you can use to do that is Seachem Equilibrium. Now, while the name may seem a little challenging to pronounce, using this product and remineralizing RO water is not. Pretty much all you got to do is add some of this to the water and it buffers the water, restores the minerals and general hardness as it says on the bottle. Yes, I was reading that because I forgot. So it pretty much makes RO water suitable for a planet aquarium. And that's pretty much all you need to do. I mean, once you add this stuff, the RO water basically is good to go. It's not going to harm your plants. It's not going to cause any deterioration with your plants. It's actually going to be quite beneficial because, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't contain any of the nitrates or phosphates, so you have a less chance of algae growing. But keep this in mind, okay? This isn't a segue to an algae-free tank, okay? Meaning you can use RO water. You never have to worry about doing anything else to prevent algae. No, it's definitely not. Algae will grow in any type of water pretty much, I think. So don't think of this as a cover-up where if you do this, you'll never have to worry about algae again. Think of this as a way of preventing algae. You know, it's not going to totally eradicate it or totally prevent it, but just think of it as one of those steps that you're taking to make sure that algae does not grow in your tank. Because like I said, it's not going to totally guarantee an algae-free aquarium, but it is beneficial, trust me. So now that we've talked a little bit about how to remineralize RO water and the benefits of using RO water in a planet tank, let's go ahead and add some equilibrium to the 50 gallons of RO water that we made, do a large water change on the tank, and then I'll get back to you guys after that.
Seachem recommends adding 1 tablespoon of equilibrium per 20 gallons of water. So I'm going to add 2 full tablespoons and a half since I'm making 50 gallons of remineralized water. I recommend making your water in a separate tank or bucket because the powder in equilibrium takes about an hour to fully dissolve. Before that, the water stays a slight tint of a milky white color. Now that the buffer has dissolved completely, we can now fill up some 5-gallon buckets and fill the tank back up with some nice, clean, mineralized RO water. I normally fill my tank back up with a small pump so I don't disturb my substrate or plants. It's a lot cleaner this way too. No drips or accidental spills. So there we go. The tank is filled back up and I'm really excited to see how using RO water instead of tap water affects the tank. I'm positive though this is going to help prevent any possible algae growth. I pretty much already have an algae-free tank, so I guess this will just be a little added insurance. And to finish everything off, I'm going to add my favorite nutrients.
So thanks everyone so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to buy the RO system that you saw in this video, as I mentioned earlier, you can find it at all the big pet retailers on the internet and even some of the little small companies as well. And if you'd like to buy Seachem Equilibrium, just like the RO unit, it's available on all the big guy websites as well. And if you're in the market for aquatic plants, you can visit jacobsaquarium.com. It's my website, I manage it, I own it, I control the prices, so you guys will get the best deal ever on the internet, trust me. Nobody else offers the lowest shipping price that we do, which is only $7. If you look anywhere else, people are charging way more than that, so you'll save a lot of money shopping for plants with Jacob's Aquarium, and I thank everybody for your continued support of the website and my online store. It really means a lot to me. So thanks again everybody for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Have fun with your tanks, and I will see you next time.